Hey, it's Austin here showing you how to build a roofing website step by step. This is video number 3 in a multi-part series. And in video 1, we went through how to buy your domain and everything that you need to do in GoDaddy to make sure that your domain is set up properly. In video number 2, we went into SiteGround where we set up our hosting for our WordPress site. We went through all the settings in there to make sure that that's all set up. Go check out those videos if you haven't already seen them. This is the foundation for the series. In this video, we're going to be directly diving into WordPress finally and going through all of the settings that you need to set up in there so it's all done correctly from the start. We're going to get your theme and your template installed so you kind of have a nice boilerplate website in there for you to start using and entering your own business information into. And then we're also going to go in through all the plugins that you need to install. So by the end of this video, your website should be set up correctly on the back end. Everything is in there and ready to go. And then we can finally jump into step 4, which is going to be updating the colors, images, and copy. This all is very, very important. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. All right, so here we are back in SiteGround, and this is going to be our starting place for today. So let's just go ahead and bump down to the WordPress tab here. You'll see your domain name here, and we're going to jump back into the back office. And all I did there was I clicked this little button here, which logs me into the admin panel of WordPress. So what you're going to find going through SiteGround, they install this WordPress starter sequence. And really, we can just ignore this. Go ahead and do exit wizard. And so this is the back end of WordPress. And right now, again, we kind of have this SiteGround back office. So it's going to look different once we install some of the SiteGround plugins. But I'm just going to show you what the website looks like right now, which is nothing. To fix this, we need to install a theme and a template so that we can at least load in a basic boilerplate roofing website that we can work off of. Back here, you're going to find all of your settings. And this is going to look different as you add different plugins. It's going to add different line items here. But we're going to go ahead and start with appearances or appearance. And they have some preloaded themes in here, and they produce a new one every year. So let's go ahead and add theme. And you're going to probably find Astra right here. If you need to search it, then that's fine too. But Astra is usually one of the first ones that comes up. It's one of the go-tos for a lot of web designers. Really, really nice, basic theme. And all the theme does is it really just gives WordPress a framework to work with. As you go through and you start editing things, this just makes it a lot easier to edit and customize your website. So now that we have Astra in our theme library here, we can go ahead and get our template installed. So you're going to have to install another plugin for this. And you can see here we have, these are all basic SiteGround plugins that they automatically add onto your website. We're going to take care of those in a minute. But for now, let's go ahead and add plugin, which, sorry if I went through that kind of fast. Up here at the top, let's just ignore this. Add plugin right here. Click that. And then we're going to go ahead and just search starter sites. There's a lot of other ways to go in and find templates and find starter sites to install onto your website. I have a few go-tos that I usually go to, but a lot of those are paid. And so this is just going to be a nice free template that we can install. It's going to be a little basic. You know, what we're building here is a nice basic starter roofing website, but it's going to do the trick really, really well. When you do install and activate the plugin, it's going to throw you into this little sequence here. The AI website builder, I would recommend not going through it because you're going to get to the end of it and it's going to want to charge you $80 for the website. So let's go ahead and build with a template, and we're going to select Elementor. Like I said, that's the theme builder or the page builder that we're going to be using. Let's let this sync for a moment. All right, so that's done. So what you're going to find here is a bunch of themes and different website types for pretty much anything you could imagine. We're just going to search for roofing up here at the top. I've already went through and vetted a few of these. Some of them are pretty good, and you can work with any of them. Again, these are just very standard basic websites, but they do the trick. And in this industry, this is a great place to start off with this type of website. So let's just kind of go through it. And like I said, if you do want to go explore some other templates, you can. This is the one that I'm going to be using for this particular demo. And on the left here, it's going to give us a site logo. I am going to just kind of keep some of the basic boilerplate stuff here. But here's where you'll upload your logo, and you just select file and then you can install it. Here you can mess around with some of the fonts of the website. Yeah, I kind of like the first one here, honestly. So let's stick with that, and then we're going to stick with this default color palette, but you can go through and you can mess around with some of this too, depending on what colors you chose for your logo. It's also pretty nice. All right, so let's stick with this. Hit continue. We're going to go ahead and keep it pretty basic here. We're not doing e-commerce. So continue. And it's going to ask us for some stuff. All right, so fill in your information, whatever, it doesn't really matter. It's just for their feedback. So it's going to go into this where it's going to actually put together the website, and we'll be right back when that's done. So let's go to the website. So you see we're at broomfieldroofreplacement.com, and we have a fully loaded template to work with here. This is fantastic. We can go to the about, and now we're at broomfieldroofreplacement.com/about. And so all you have to do with this is go through and edit the details here, add in your own projects or services, and then you have your contact us page here as well. This is a great starting place, and it's already looking great, already looking a lot better than a lot of other roofing websites I see on the internet. We're going to roll with that. Let's go ahead and tackle the settings first, and then we're going to tackle the plugins. All right. So with the settings, and you can follow along here too, we're going to go back into My WordPress, which is where you will go back to your back office. All right, so let's come down here to settings. We're just going to go through each of these steps one by one, and I will let you know. And I already have, this all lined out in here, so you really can just follow along this here. But let's go ahead and update the site title, Broomfield Roof Replacement.com. You can add a tagline if you want. It doesn't really affect anything. Something that you're going to want to do here is add an S to these two. All right. And that's because we want people to go to the secure version of the website, which is what S means, secure. All of this stuff is okay. All right. Save changes. Oh, it's making me log in. All right, so I just went through and logged back in. If you don't have a login, you can go into Site Tools here, back over here in SiteGround, hit the three dots, update admin password, and that will set up your login for WordPress. So let's go over to writing, and let's see what the steps are for writing. So set default blog post category, roofing tips. All right, and to set up post categories, you want to go up to posts, hit categories, and let's just set up our basic categories. And this is for the blog, roofing tips. This will be a nice just catch-all category for your roofing website for all of your blog posts to kind of fall into by default. Let's add roofing tips. Let's go back down to settings and to writing. And here you'll see roofing tips populate. And so again, all I did was I go to posts and I go to categories, add the category. And I believe that's all we have to do there. All right. So that's set up. Let's pop into reading. You want your home page to display a static page, which is going to be the home. With this particular theme / template, we did not get a blog with it. So we're going to have to set that up ourselves. Once we do have our blog page set up, we're going to set that page to the posts page. All right. So nothing else to really change there until we have the blog set up. So let's hit save. And then post in feed displays excerpt. Yeah, I guess we can update that as well. So discussion. So this is what's going to allow you to set up your comments on your blog posts. I don't really prefer to have comments in blog posts, so I like to kind of turn these off. I just uncheck everything here, and that way I don't have to worry about people commenting. Most of the time, you just get absolutely flooded with spam when you allow comments on blog posts, so not really worth having a lot of the time. So media, no changes to media. Let's jump into permalinks. And this one we do want to change. So permalinks, we're going to have a custom structure. And so again, this is for your posts. This is for your blog. So we want everything to fall under the /blog category. So we're just going to do custom structure down here. and then we're going to do /blog. Oops, blog. That way, every time we post a blog, it goes underneath the blog subcategory or subfolder. Privacy. This is where we're going to be adding in a privacy policy. Let's see here. Okay. So yeah, basic privacy policy. Let's just hit publish on that. So let's go back in. Go to privacy. And it looks like we might have already had one in there. That's okay. So we're going to use that page. And then the last two, like I said, we're going to be uninstalling SiteGround plugins, and then SureMail is also going to go away. Now that the WordPress settings are done, let's go ahead and jump into the plugins. And plugins are just add-ons, third-party add-ons for your website. They give you extra functionality. What's nice about the theme that we installed and the template that we installed is it actually already came with a few plugins. So we're going to uninstall the 3 SiteGround plugins that it started us with. If you do not uninstall the speed optimizer, your website is going to have a bunch of problems. The easiest way to do that is you could either deactivate them one at a time, or you can checkbox them, come up here, deactivate, apply. So now they're deactivated, but they're still there. So we want to delete them. Delete, get them out of here. All right. Let's go ahead and add in the rest of these plugins here. Add plugin. So we're going to start with, what was the first one there? Rank Math. You could really either go with Rank Math or Yoast. I prefer Rank Math. It just has more functionality to it, built into it for free. So that's connected. Let's do activate now. Now we're going to go ahead and do the easy setup. That's all we really need to do for now. All right. You can import data. Don't need to do that. Brand new website. So this is going to be a small business site. And I don't believe there is. Oh, yeah, there is. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and do roofing contractor here. All right. Roof replacement. You'll see your logo is in there from earlier. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and skip this for now, but this is where you can connect it to your Google Analytics and Google Search Console if you already have that. But we're going to go ahead and do that later. Skip step, return to dashboard. And just like that, your SEO is established on the website. Let's go back to plugins. Next one on the list, Elementor. The theme already installed it. If you're doing a different route for your theme and template, you might need to go and do this manually. For us, it's already in there. A Nitro pack is what gives us speed. So let's go ahead and add Nitro pack. And there's a million speed apps out there or speed plugins out there that you can install on your website, but this is probably my favorite. Let's go ahead and get that one set up. Connect. For this particular version, we're just going to do the free version. Let that connect for a little bit. And then let's jump back into our plugins. This is going to be important too, code injections. WP code. So this is going to be really important for adding in different code snippets to your website and managing all of that. So let's go ahead and activate that. Nothing to do there, but whenever you do need to add a code snippet, it is pretty straightforward. Hit add new, add custom snippet. And it could be whatever you need it to be. For example, the one that you're probably going to need to add is your Google Analytics tracking code. So we'll go ahead and just add that for now. Hit save snippet, and that way we can go and add it in later. Lastly, we're going to want to add duplicate page, which is a way to duplicate pages very, very easily. Let's come down to plugins, add plugin, and duplicate. All right. So let's install and activate. All right. So now when you come over here to pages, these are a list of all of your pages. We will be able to see duplicate this. And so if we wanted to easily use the same kind of template for multiple pages, it's super easy to just copy the page, go in and edit it, and you're good to go. And that is going to wrap up everything that we had for this video. Did a lot of kind of the heavy lifting for some of the more boring stuff, but on an exciting note, we got your website started and we actually have some content in here now. In our next video, we're going to be actually going through and editing all this stuff on the front end and get away from all that boring back end stuff and make sure that this looks great for our customers. And then we can start really bringing in people to the website and focusing on how to get more traffic to the website. So thanks for watching again, and stay tuned for the next video. Would love to have you around, and we'll see you again soon.